this would be all my writing. Years of unfinished thoughts and stupidities. And this alone is just Turventasho. On the accounts of Turventasho, I thought to go back and read a thought I had about once for Millry Ackerly. This would be her diary. It's incomplete, like all my projects. However, the title of this book was going to be Blood's Promise, an Unspoken Vow. Monday, 18th of October, 1999. Every story has an end, as well as a beginning. Every tale has both a light and a dark to be discovered. Life is no different, and death was just a dream I once had. Morbid, you might say, if only it were that easy. When life is given to you, there are a few promises that make it all that much more to be respected and honored. You are promised a home with people to care for you and to love you. You are promised hardships and joys. You are promised hope and a chance to believe. But the greatest promise of all is the promise of everlasting peace. Your final journey, the journey to return to our Almighty Creator, and hold the ability to say that you lived long and proud and are greatly honored to have been given that small chance to live. I had that too. I thought I had it all. How wrong I was, for the promise of death never came. I had hope for it, but here I still am. What crime had I done? What foul guilt was I to remain? Am I destined for this fate of everlasting darkness, of pain and endless suffering? This is my story, and by the end of this book, you can say you know me. You can say that you have been given the opportunity to know the girl no one ever really saw, and that you learned not only a name, but the lost soul that she was. Or if so you choose, walk away and say, never was there a girl who was called Millry Jane Ackerly. There's a bunch of dots. You stayed then, and so you will know my truth, the truth of blood's promise, an unspoken vow. 19th of October, 1999, Tuesday. Before I go forward, I must take you back to the night it all started, back to the end that never ended, nearly a year ago. The 2nd of October, 1998, Friday. Every day there is a night, a chance, and a hope that will never die, a hope that one looks forward to beyond anything else compared. When a child is born, there is very little that is asked for. There is very little there is asked for, very little that is promised. A loving family that will care for it and help it grow. I had all of that. I never thought that it would all be taken away before I could even grasp what was going on. I never needed riches or wealth. I did not care whether or not we held a good name attached to our bodies. None of that mattered as long as we had each other. We were a family, and we would never let go. Even when my mother fell, she died. She left me behind with my brother and my father. Though I did not feel it as so, I knew that I would embrace her again one day, when my time came to rejoin our Almighty Creator in the heavens above. We lived on, holding tight to the blessing that we had, and were just happy being honored with the life that for now was ours to hold. But soon our skies became fogged. I was just 16 years then, the day our father betrayed us. My brother Seth and myself knew nothing of the dark secrets that our father kept from us. We never expected it, never dreamed of it. Our father always was telling us that he would protect us, care for us, and be there for us. But where was he when my brother was murdered by the Dark Lord? He did not protect him like he had promised, and as He sold out his friend. I stood silent. He told them all where Severus had hid the boy named Draco Malfoy. I watched as my father joined to lay lifelessly on top of my brother. I could not hold the picture as my eyes grew blurred, as my tears fell for my family. I felt myself being thrown into the arms of another, and though I never saw him, I had a strong sensation that swept over me. He was male, I am most sure. I closed my eyes, then praying for that final promise, the promise of death. I was ready to be with my family again, ready to enter my eternity, the promise of death. Perhaps that was where it all went wrong. I wanted it so bad, but it never came. That final promise was not for me. Though I wanted it, I was denied it. I was denied the honor. I never felt his bite, never felt him drain me. I remember feeling cold, but there was no fear, no emotion at all that I could place. There was only nothing, a dark nothing. Friday, 16th October 1998. I never continued it. I don't know why. Fucking pop-ups. I don't know why I didn't. Perhaps it was because Millry was trying to be butchered in the roleplay that I let her return back to the pride that she came from the pack. All my characters come from the pack. It's my chance to give them birth again. But when that gift is destroyed by somebody, so is my desire to tell their tale. I don't feel like anybody deserves to know it. And that is what this book is. It's a book of unfinished stories because nobody cares to listen. Nobody cares to show them respect. However, in this diary, blog thing, video, whatever you want to call it, I am going to try and get these thoughts to be heard. This was chapter 1.